This game is going to be up against Response with a 1552 rating, 406 wins, and 346 losses. Oh, there goes my phone. Hey everybody, Psy here with another StarCraft 2 commentary. It's going to be a Zerg versus Protoss, another one here on Metalopolis. And it's going to be against Response again, the player I played on Blitzering Sands in the silent commentary last time. A lot of you were saying you didn't really like it, and I just wanted to put that out there and just see, what people would think about it. Not very many of you liked it. You can tell by the likes and dislikes. But I was watching a replay and I was like, wow, I don't know when the last time I just watched a silent replay all the way through was. And it was actually kind of relaxing, and you can learn a lot from it. Because problems with watching commentaries is you're spoon-fed information and you're not learning how to learn. And a lot of that was evident when I checked the comments of that video, and only about 2 or 3 people even mentioned that I went lair before queen. So it's just kind of crazy. Maybe a lot of you were too preoccupied being angry, leaving angry comments about the lack of commentary or something like that. But really, I mean, a lot of times you need to make your own, assertions as to what someone is doing in a game, why they're doing it, and that sort of thing. So I guess I was just kind of experimenting with that video. You probably won't see any more of them just because how it was received, but I do apologize if you guys felt a bit, what's the word, shorted or something. But anyway, I am commentating this one. You can tell because my voice is being heard right now. And it's going to be on Metalopolis. Response, again, is a very strong Protoss player. He's actually a long-time streamer on Team Liquid, that's the word. And he's a very macro-based player, so this should be a good one. He's on a team that I've been practicing with quite a bit lately. So we are seeing that I opened up with something a little bit different, a 15 hatch. And I also put down got another drone and then made a 15 pool. Now after your 15 hatch, you can either go 14 pool if you think you might need that pool fast, or you can even go something as slow as like a 16 or 17 pool. It all depends on positions, how you scout, the other player's style, that sort of stuff. But I felt comfortable getting that extra drone after I put down my hatchery just because Response rarely goes 2 gates or rarely tries a lot of aggression. You can see here he is using all his chrono boost on his probe, so nice decision. I probably could have pumped out a couple more drones instead of getting that pool right away. Gas now going down around 16, and when this hatchery goes up, you should have around 350 to 400 minerals, and it's going to be great for 1 queen here, another queen here, and then 4 lings or so, and it's pretty awesome. This pro is being so annoying. Response is so annoying with pros, man. He actually like killed 2 of my drones one game with one of them, I think. And this Overlord is just kind of creeping over, and I didn't highlight the Overlord, but what I did is I went here, I stopped once I saw the Nexus, and then I floated around. So I let him waste a little bit of time scouting here and here, and then I just floated around, and then I revealed myself about the same time that he scouted me here, so that's kind of a cool trick. Production tab is up. Hallucination for Response. He loves getting hallucination. Early to mid-game, it's great for making Phoenix and scouting with the Phoenix. And mid to late game, you can actually hallucinate Colossi if that's, if you got Colossus in your army. And, they soak up a lot of damage, especially if you have tons of Corruptors flying around. And you'll see here, I positioned 4 Zerglings out here, and I only moved 1 Zergling up to scout. Why did I do this? Well, if you move all 4 up, you're not going to be able to get in. Actually, I could probably squeeze through here, but I only have 4 Zerglings. The reason I moved all 4 up, or only 1 up, is because he could force field them in, and then, bam, 4 Zerglings dead. Need to train 4 more. That's 2 drones I'm not getting, which is a lot more money I'm not getting, so it looks like I am moving 4 up here now because I might have seen this Zealot. Wow, he doesn't really have a wall off here. I'm going to get all the scouting information I need. 2 gas, 2 gateways, and 1 core. I'm looking for any kind of hidden tech. And, oh, I don't think I saw this forge. No, I didn't see the forge. At my base, I am getting a lair, and as my lair is started, I am getting a, what's it called? A second geyser. Okay, there we go. I do see that forge, so I know exactly what he's doing. He looked like he had, like, hardly any buildings in his base, so that's why I went around and tried to check the smoke for any stargates and stuff like that, so. Zergling speed just now coming up. 4 sentries, holy cow. Really going to exploit that hallucination spell to do all the scouting he needs. Maybe even trick me into thinking he's going something that he's not. Who knows? But if we look at the income tab, I'm just using the information I know about Response to just soar ahead in the income. I'm at 36 to 31. He is getting his second base, but he has a lot of probes at his main. And look at how they're kind of bouncing around, like this guy right here, this guy right here. That's because he's oversaturated and he's not utilizing every single one of his probes like I am, because I do have 2 bases. So he's a little bit oversaturated. Once that expansion comes up, he's going to have a nice transfer though. And looking pretty good right there. Could stand to have a few more right there. And I'm getting a Hydralisk Den. And also a couple of Spies, because he had some heavy sentries when my Zerglings were in there. He had 4 sentries and 1 Zealot. And I didn't know that he's not training anymore, which he's not. He's not actually getting anymore. He does have 2 gateways, however, and he is, now he's getting 2 more sentries. And spreading my creep. Got to make sure to spread that creep. You want to spread it towards your opponent. It'd also be nice to spread it this way, but I'm not too worried about that right now. Still at 38 Harvesters. I did panic a little bit and pump out a few more Lings than I had to, just because I was worried about some kind of attack. I didn't see this Nexus come up. If I saw this Nexus, man, I would have just like gone heavy drones. I'd be at a 3rd base right now, all that good stuff. And it looks like I am taking a 3rd base. Very normal timing here, around the 8:30 mark. If we look at the let's see, what can we check? The gas, 1900 is when you take your 3rd base, but that gas was around 16, so that's a little bit late. So, you know, maybe around 1850 to 1900 is when you're going to take your first gas, or your third base rather. Zerglings running out here doing some scouting. I am trading some Hydras, and I'm also getting a very fast Spire because I was able to get 4 gas this soon and pick up a 3rd. I felt like I could fund the Spire. 6 Hydras are out. Ling's just thinking around. What you doing here? Response. What are you doing? If we look at the income tab, now 52 to 44, staying ahead in the macro game. One thing I don't have yet, there it is, there's that evolution chamber. I've been skimping on the upgrades lately. Ooh, there's a chrono boosted Nexus, not getting any probes. That hurts. That hurts. Blocking the back. This is awesome. He is blocking the back from any kind of Lings or Banelings that might try to run in there. And nice force field, trapping 2 Zerglings, preventing any harassment from those Zerglings. Always cool. You know, I'd sacrifice 2 Zerglings just to make him panic and use a couple force fields. Continuing to spread creep quite well, and preparing the extractors. I have a lot of gas, man, but that gas is going to go fast once my Spire comes up, so I have no problem with, you know, getting those extractors down earlier and just stockpiling the gas. And just continuing to scout with Phoenix here. Hydras do take that Phoenix down. Spire is up. What am I getting? More drones. Infestation Pit. And 3rd base is up and running, man. I am massing drones like crazy. 64 to 52. So far, just a heavy macro game, but this one will be much more exciting than the last one, I promise you. More Phoenix running around. I've got a Hydrogen, I've got a Spire, a Pool, Evolution Chamber, Roach Warren, Infestation Pit. I have every single Tier 1 and Tier 2 tech except for a Nidus Network. How cool is that, man? He has no idea what I'm going to be focusing on, even with these Phoenix Scouts. He knows I have a couple Hydras, though. Back to the production tab, getting a Broodlord or a Corruptor. Pathogen Glands, that's kind of unusual. Pathogen Glands against a Protoss. Infestors are good against Toss. They're good against anyone, but the Fungal Growth just doesn't have the same effect that it does on Terra, just because Bio Balls just get eaten up by Fungal Growth and Baneling, so that's kind of cool. And actually, I don't have a Baneling nest, so I lied about that. Going fast. Hive, however. Lair is now transforming into a Hive. And now look at that Minerals and Gas. My gas is like completely gone now. Small Roach Hydra army coming out, and just focus on the macro stuff I'm doing. Not putting all my tech in one place, a little bit at the main, a little bit of it at the expansion, and yeah, kind of got an overlord on the outskirts to do a little scouting. Another Creep Tumor has gone down, couple Infestors coming in, ground upgrade for the armor, and preparing a 4th expansion. How soon is this 4th expansion? Around 1400 gas here. Should be going down any time now. Scouting for any hidden bases Response might have. And he's going very Colossus and Stalker heavy. These sentries have tons of energy, so he doesn't really have to, you know, keep making those. That guy's full, that guy's full, that guy's full. That guy just used a hallucination, so he's not full. He's full of shit. Oh, lame. 4th base is now going down. So I'm macroing very nicely this game. If we look at my Queen's energy, she's actually at 54. That's pretty damn good. 54. It's going to be much lower once I inject, if I decide to inject. What are you doing, Psy? What are you looking at, man? What are you looking at? I want to see what I'm looking at. There we go. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's what I like to see. Bitch. So I did inject, and I'm at 43 energy. So 14 minutes into the game, and I only have 43 excess energy on a queen. That's pretty damn good. I'm impressed with myself. Yeah. Corruptors, Hydras, and Roaches, and 2 Infestors. Unfortunately, Army tab. Actually, I do have more than him. Wow. I was going to say, unfortunately, he's got me beat in the Army tab, but I have more than him. And I've got 2 Overseers. Now, why do I have 2 Overseers? Think to yourself. Okay, you might think he's going to go into the base and just corrupt everything. You'd be wrong. I'm sorry. You might think, oh, they're just going to do some scouting with some changelings. You'd be wrong again. Let me resume here. The reason I have 2 Overseers is because I know he has sentries. I know he's been hallucinating. And Overseers can detect hallucinations. Like, if you put them on the hallucination, they will appear to be blue. And then you know which ones not to focus fire with the Corruptors. Oh, there they are. So here we are. I'm engaging. This is a terrible position. I'm coming in on a ramp. Infestor leading. Hydra's leading. Roaches in the back. His army is so much bigger than mine. His Colossi are a little bit back. But I am pushing up here. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm pretty much maxed out and I didn't really know what else to do. So I'm trying to prevent him from getting a third. These Corruptors are just sitting here tanking damage. Force fields on everything. Not the best force fields. I would like to see the force fields cut him in half, but the Roaches are blocked behind it, so that's very good. These Corruptors are now trying to focus down some Colossi, and I'm forced to run away because of those force fields. Just too many Stalkers. Those Colossi reinforcing. One did go down, however. And you know, production tab, making a lot of Roaches. Macroing as my units were dying, so I was forced to back off. If he killed all my units here, he might get a bit eager and come in and attack me, and that would be very bad for me. I don't want him to attack me right now. I'm getting a greater spire and more attack upgrades because I don't really have a good composition. Actually, I do have a lot of Corruptors, so this Colossi wouldn't be too much for me. But I think this ground army alone, Sentries, Zealots, and Stalkers, would be enough to waste these Roaches. Where are the Hydras at? There's the Hydras. Oh, I killed a Pylon. Sweet! Does he have an Observer? Yeah, he's taking down my Creep Tumors. And this is going to be so close. I just started 4 Broodlords. One of them's pretty weak, but he does get healed when he finishes. And 3 of them almost finishing. This guy is very weak. Roach is running in. Corruptor's running in. I need to corrupt these Colossi, but I'm not. 3 Broodlords have finished. And this is looking great for me. Broodlords are so freaking amazing against Protoss. All these Colossi are dead because of these Corruptors. Roach is doing a great job of tanking as well as these Broodlings. Just raining down everything on this Protoss army. This is such a beautiful composition to see against Protoss. Like, when you reach this composition, when you reach 4 bases, running off gas on that base, you just want to like cream your pants. You just want to take your clothes off and take ecstasy and just like rub lotion all over your body and just watch Broodlords fling this. Oh my god, that's so hot. It's just so fun being able to steamroll a Protoss army when it's always the other way around. Like, Zerg had to resort to like limey tactics and crazy crap like that. Colossus getting a bit misrallied, however. Taking a 5th base, taking a 6th base. I have 3,000 money. I'm maxed out. Well, once I macro a little bit, I will be maxed out again. So just take every base you can, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Oh, that poor Broodlord got caught off guard, however. Lots of Corruptors ready to change into Broodlords. There's one of them. And they're also, basically, you can't get air. You cannot get air. You cannot get Colossi. So he's limited really to just gateway units and PsyStorm. PsyStorm would have been a great move this game, just to kill all these Corruptors basically in one shot with feedback and just PsyStorm these Hydras and Roaches. Void Rays, maybe if we got enough of them, but these Broodlords are just beautiful, beautiful specimens. Oh, I love it. But yeah, these 2 bases are going down. Continuing to macro up. Continuing to macro. As my units die, if we look at the army tab, 200 out of 200. Let's see. Roach dies. 200. Roach dies. 199. 193. 195. 199. 198. Well, yeah, you can see as my numbers were dropping, I kept macroing up. Hopefully you saw that a little bit. But that just shows you the power of the Broodlord and the power of Zerg macro. That Hive, I think, was perfectly timed. A little bit sooner might have been better. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Really just 2 large battles, but I don't know. I thought it was a good game. I thought I macroed very well. Gas. No gas on there yet, but yeah, pretty solid. I'm going to get going now. You guys are beautiful. Goodbye.